Now, as you can see, just this piece of paper, just a piece of paper, is powering this small LED light. I'm getting about 3.7 volts through this piece of paper. As you guys can see, it clearly works. 3.7 volts from a piece of paper. Some shapes in a code that I drew on a piece of paper, and some copper wire arranged in a pyramid shape. That's all it took. It's no joke. There's no joke. It's just a piece of paper. And I'm getting 3.7 volts out of a piece of paper. You can believe it or not. Even I don't believe it, and I'm the one who made it. So there you go. There you go. Right there. It's no joke. Hello everyone. It's your boy Black Owl. Here to bring you guys another sorta hack video. Oh yeah. Gotta throw up the owl for you. So about this video, before I get into it, let me explain how I came about this project that I'm about to show you guys now. I was recently browsing YouTube, and you know I'm into conspiracies and ancient technology, engineering, reverse engineering, you know, all that good stuff. And I recently came across a UFO video of all things. And about the video, it was about a crashed UFO vehicle that was recovered by the United States government. And during their observation of the crashed spacecraft, they observed that the craft had no wiring, no evidence of obvious propulsion, no buttons, nothing like our modern technology that we have in our aircraft. And one of the officials made a comment that the machine appeared to run off magic because of this lack of obvious familiar technology to us. Familiar technology to us is wires, engine, you know, basic things that'll make something fly, you know. No wiring, no engine, no obviously no buttons, no gauges, no way of showing how the thing even steers. So he made a comment that it ran off magic. Now, I had recently came across some information that I won't disclose at the moment. But when I was reading through this little book that I found, it kind of explained how this aircraft might work. And that's what I'm going to show you guys here today. And I swear to God, you guys will be astonished. You wouldn't even believe it. I don't even believe it at the moment, and I'm the one. And I'm gonna show you guys how it's done. And even if I know how it's done, I still don't believe it because it makes no logical sense of why it should work. And I'm gonna go ahead and get into the video, but I'm just tell you just the basic tools I'm gonna use to do this. I'm gonna use a damn Sharpie, regular Sharpie, blue Sharpie, piece of paper, and you're gonna for what we're doing here, it requires copper magnetic wire. I don't think I'm going to use a 30 gauge. I think I might use a 24 gauge. And I'm going to tell you, it sounds crazy, but all I'm going to do is draw some shapes and write some code and tape this, and I'm gonna have to do a little how you say it, origami. You know how they form little shapes with papers. So I'm gonna have to do a little origami with the magnetic wire, because I gotta form it into like a special shape. And once I do that, just tape it to the paper over the code and the shapes that I made, and believe it or not, I will be able to generate power. It's crazy that I could just write with some ink, a little copper wire, tape, and I could generate power. That's it. Crazy. I know, it's crazy. I didn't believe it myself until I actually made it work. It don't make no sense. And to tell you the truth, I don't understand it myself. I'm in the infancy of understanding this. But basically, all I did was copy what I seen in the book, wrote it on the paper, formed the shapes with the copper wire like I seen in the book, taped it to the paper, and I had the power. Activate the device and it should work. And what I mean by activated is, let me see, just a second. Okay, what I've been using so far, and it seems to work just fine, but it's not how the book said. But being me, I'm able to find a way. So I found a way. So far I've been using this 9-volt battery, just regular 9-volt battery, resistor, and you know, just regular 9-volt battery, resistor on one end, and the negative and positive, and just like that. And you have to sort of create a charge in the arrangement, and now activate it, and the device will work just like that. So 9-volt battery, copper wire, a pin. That's all you need, and it works. So that's what I'm going to show you today. And another thing, I'm going to draw the basic, just the basic main part of the shapes and codes. I'm just going to draw the main part of the shapes and code where you hook your whatever device you want to be powered. You hook it up to that. You put it in that certain section, and the rest of the code and everything, I'm sorry folks, I know you're going to think I'm fucking you over, but I'm going to blur it out, because obviously I don't want you guys to be able to do it. I'm trying to keep this prioritized to me, because I'm trying to figure out a way to monetize this thing. So I'm trying to be on the far list. I'm trying to get rich here. So I can't get rich if everybody else know how to do it. I'm just presenting this video today to show you that it's possible. It really is possible to just write on a piece of paper. You can write some shapes and code on a piece of paper and say, there you go, paper, do what I commanded you to do. And it'll do it. I'm serious. It's crazy, but it works. You can just write. It's just like imagine a computer without the hardware. All you have is the written software code, and it just literally comes alive and works without the hardware. And that's literally what it does. I can't explain it. So far I just copied and pasted without understanding what I'm doing, and I managed to do it. It's crazy. It works. So like I said, I'm gonna have to blur that out, because obviously I don't want everybody and their mama knowing how to do this. It's just crazy. Just imagine the possibilities of making devices that no longer need hardware. You just write the code and it works. Just imagine that. Imagine what you could do in poorer countries where they don't have electricity. You could just have this paper sitting right there and probably power a whole village off a piece of paper. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine that? Places in the world that don't have basic electricity. All you could FedEx this piece of paper to them. They could connect it and power their whole village. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine that? That's crazy. And before I get into it, I just want to bring up something else. There's a lot of other crazy stuff in that book. And one of them explains one of the question. I know there's a lot of intelligent people that watch these videos. And Stephen Hawking once made a comment ridiculing people who believed in dimensional travel, or aka time travel. And one of his questions was asked, if time travel is possible, where are all the time travelers? And I think I have an answer to that question based on what I read into the book. Let me briefly try to explain it. Let me move this out of the way. Okay. Let's say this is time and space. Let me move the camera. Okay. Let's say this is time and space. And according to the book, one cannot travel past the time of his death. So you can't pass the time of your death. And you can't travel backwards past the time of your birth. That's the universal law. You can't travel forward past the date of your death, and you can't travel back in time past the date of your birth. So let's say time travel was created in the year, let's say 4025. And the person that was the inventor of time travel was born in, let's say, the year 3985. Okay. This is when it was created. This is when the inventor was born. Seeing that it's 2016, my mistake. The person who created time travel can't come back to 2016 and inform us of time travel, because he can't travel past the time of his birth. He can't go back past the time of his birth. So no one in the year 4025 can travel back to 2016 to inform us nor visit us. They can't visit us nor inform us of time travel. So the answer to Stephen Hawking's question, that even though time travel is possible in the year 4025, no one in that time can travel back to our time to alert us or visit us, because the universal law is no one can travel back past the day of their birth, and no one can travel forward past the time of their death. But in this little time wave of birth and death, one is free to travel. Because if I can explain it, the best way I can explain it, let's say our life is this piece of paper. Our life is already written in this piece of paper. Already written. But we can't, our life can't be written outside the borders of this paper. So let's say the border is our birth and the other border is our death. We can write all we want inside this paper, inside the paper, but we can't go outside the border. Because as you see, everything is written on this side of the paper, but there's nothing that could be written outside the borders. Because you didn't exist. So you can't write nothing when there's nothing to be written on. So that is a perfect metaphor of the birth and death situation. You can't travel out. You can't travel back beyond the date of your birth, and you can't travel forward beyond your death, because the law of the universe. There's nothing to be written. You can't write on anything no more. This is your birth. This is your death. You can't. You gotta write inside the paper. You can't write. The universal law is you can't write outside the paper. If you guys understand me, that's why a person can't travel back in time past their date of birth, and they can't travel forward in time past the date of their death. Because how could you travel? How could you travel forward when you're dead? And how could you travel backwards when you didn't exist? But in this timeline of birth and life, you can travel freely because your time is already written. So no matter what you do, if you change something in one point, in one timeline or another, it won't change because it was already meant, because it was already written. So there's no change. It stays the same because it's already written. So in that timeline of life and before death, you can travel. But one can't travel outside. You can't travel back before your birth. You can't travel after you're dead. You can't, because think about it. You can't travel when you're dead, and you can't travel when you never were alive. If you get me. So that's the answer to your question, Mr. Hawking. The reason there's no time travelers coming back because they can't. They're dead. I mean, they haven't existed yet. They haven't existed, and they can't come back. Unless they manage to live about 2,000 years, they can't come back. They can't come back to tell us. They can't visit us. So that's why that's why nobody today has seen a time traveler. Now, unless there's a gray area, some way that you can work your way outside the law, the book hasn't told me. According to the book, it didn't explain, or there's no way. And another interesting thing about our reality that the book explains is pretty cool. It explains, it's really true. The sun, our sun, is truly the light of this world. Because our sun is projecting the reality that we see. If I can explain it the best I can, because it's a very complicated subject, but I'll try to explain the best I can with the little intelligence that I have. I'll try to explain it. Let's say you, Mr. Human, let's say we're all little cell phone towers. Let's say we're all little cell towers. Okay? Let's say we're all little cell towers. And the sun is projecting a reality into your tower. So whatever all you're observing is reality. All you're observing is the reality that the sun is projecting into your little brain. So all you see is, let's say the sun wants to project Earth, and let's say this is Earth you're standing on, and all you can observe is your reality of Earth. Now wait a minute. Earth is not a little half piece. Earth is like a little spear. So why is it only half? Because you can only observe from your vantage point. You only see half. You only observe half, and only that half is only that half of reality is being projected into your little tower. So how do we observe the whole Earth like we do now in our so-called reality? Well, someone else has to be on this side with their tower. The sun is projecting a reality into their tower, and wow, and what they observe is the other half of the Earth. And what they're observing, you can pick up in your tower. And that's how we get our reality of the Earth. What he's observing is able to be picked up in your tower, and you have your sense of reality of the whole Earth. And let's say somebody in California he's observing his reality, and he's implanting his input into the world reality tower, if we can call it that. The world reality tower, and so forth. Someone, let's say in Texas, he has his reality being projected, and it goes so forth. And that's how we all get our reality. So someone might ask, okay, if so basically what I'm saying, if the sun can't project into your mind reality, it doesn't exist. Without the sun, without you being able to observe the sun, nothing exists. So let's say someone's over here on a planet that can't observe the sun. He can't observe the sun, so him and his planet and his reality doesn't exist. Because the sun is light, and without the sun and being able to observe the sun, no reality exists. If I can explain the best I can, no reality exists. So one might ask, okay, what if I'm underground in a windowless, let's say deep underground military base? I can't observe the sun, but yet my reality still exists. So if you're saying that, that means you're not listening to me. The sun is projecting that reality to you. So that building, that windowless building underground, and everything you see is being projected by the sun and creating that reality to you. Cause without that reality, you're just a blue orb made of nothing but shapes, code, and atoms, and electrons. That's all you are. But once the sun projects into you, oh, you have a body. And you're on the earth. You have a house. You have an existence. That's what I'm saying. The sun is projecting this reality into your mind. And without the sun, without you being able to observe the sun, this reality doesn't exist. Because the sun is light, and the sun is projecting that light and that reality into your mind. And without it, nothing exists. It's like the cat in the box. Without somebody being there to observe the cat that has passed away, the existence of that cat passing away or living is a non-reality. It doesn't exist until somebody looks in there, which is the sun projecting that reality to you, that the cat is either dead or alive. So it's a complicated subject, and I'm trying to explain it the best my little dumb brain can. what I'm trying to say here, the sun is the source of our reality. And without somebody being able to observe the sun, nothing exists. Nothing. Nothing. And the cool part about it, there's something higher up projecting a reality to the sun, which the sun is projecting to us. The book doesn't explain what that higher reality is. So that's something to ponder. So I'm going to go ahead and get into it, but that's something cool. Oh, another cool thing, the book even gets on insects. It explains that, let's say, bees, in order to fly, I draw a funny bee, but in order to fly, bees create this vortex. They don't completely zero out what we call gravity, but they can surely diminish it a bit. And their wings, believe it or not, their wings have no function in their flying other than their projection of direction. They create this vortex which zeroes out gravity, which gives them lift, and they use their wing for as far as what direction, up, down, side to side. If you don't believe me, find a living bee. I don't condone doing this, but like our law of gravity, if anything dropped should fall at the same speed. But try that with a bee. Now I guarantee you, the bee will not fall at the same speed of any object. The bee will fall slower. I promise you. Try it. Take any living bee. It won't work on the dead bee, obviously. Try any bee without, take off his wing. For the sacrifice of science, clip off his wings and drop the bee with any object, and I bet it won't fall at the same speed. The bee will not fall at the same speed. So, just little fun little things I read in that book. So let me go ahead and get into the project at hand. And another thing, just for laughs, I'm not one of those guys who's anti-government, bring the government down. So, hey, government, you come across the video, hey man, I work for you guys. Give me $100 million a year salary. I'll come and build whatever you want. Tell you whatever I know. Hey, I'm trying to make that money. So, you guys come across this video and be like, damn, let's see what this guy know. I got my price. There you go. So, I think I talked long enough. So, let me go ahead and get into it. And by the way, the funny thing is, it doesn't matter. See, I'm a bad drawer. It really doesn't matter how well you draw it, as long as you got the shapes and the code in the right order and drawn generally well to how it's supposed to look. It'll work. So I know I'm not the best drawer in the world, and it's not like something that has to be precise, which is weird, but it still works. So without further ado, let me get into it. By the way, it takes forever to do this, so I might go ahead and speed the video up for you guys once I get the main part drawn out, because it takes forever to draw this. So I'm gonna go ahead and speed it up for you guys once I get the main part drawn out. And by the way, with that copper wire, man, it's gonna take a little armor gun. You gotta have a little good sense of armor what's it called? Origami, something like that. Where they make the little shapes with the paper. So it's gonna take a little bit of that to do the wire, because you gotta form it into a certain shape for it to work. That takes a long ass time, so I'm gonna speed the video up for you because it's gonna take forever to do that. So okay, oops, I drew that a little bit too big, too long. Oh well, it'll still work. It'll still work. It'll still work. Oh shit, I fucked up. Okay, so some of this stuff on here, I gotta admit, gotta be precise, so I'm gonna start over with a new piece of paper. Alright, let's do this over. Okay, so this is the part right here that gotta be on point. This part right here, you gotta make sure this is on point. It gotta be exactly an inch. 6, 9. Can't mess this part up. Alright, everything else is really, it doesn't really matter with the rest of the stuff, as long as you got it in the right general area, it's fine. Once you got in the right order, it's just fine. And if you notice, I'm measuring everything out in sixes and nines, because I don't know if I should explain that part. Never mind, forget that part. Forget I said anything. As you see, I'm not the best drawer in the world, but it really doesn't matter. As long as you got the pattern in the right order, it'll work just fine. I gotta make sure this is touching. Oops. Oh well, I'm pretty sure it still work. I messed that part up right there. It'll still work. You ain't gotta be a Picasso to draw this out. It'll still work. Okay, folks, for brevity, I'm gonna go ahead and hurry speed the video up for you because it's gonna take forever to draw this out. And when I'm done, I'm gonna come back. So here we go. Alright, folks, it seems that we're done here, and as you can see, all I did here was write some shapes, some code, and did some little origami with this copper wire, because you gotta make 1, 2, 3, 4 of these with some coils, and connect both these two coils here to the code. I mean, it's just literally just ink, but as long as it's matched up with the ink in a certain way, it works. I swear to God, it's crazy, but it works. And right here is going to be where you're going to generate your power. Right in this middle part is right here, some kind of vortex or something that's created with the code here, and I should be able to get about, oops, shit, that don't matter, it can hang like that, it don't matter, it still works. I wrote the code to get about 3 volts. I've managed to get about 9, but you get, here's the crazy part, it has to be in 3s, 6s, or 9. What I mean by when you write the code, it gotta be for either 3.3 volts or 3.33 volts, you know, and as such, or 6.3 volts, like that. It has to be, the sum of the voltage has to equal up to 3, 6, or 9. Any other combination of numbers, it will not work. I don't know why. So, like I said, I'm still in the infancy of figuring this out, so things aren't making sense to me now, but I have a general concept of how it works, but I still don't know. I don't know. I ain't gonna try to lie. I don't know. But so far, I got it working where I can get about 3 to 9 volts out of it. I'm gonna attempt to get 3 today with the code I've written out. Took forever to do it. And here's the strange part. You got to activate this thing. Like, once you get a charge of electricity through it, it starts to work. What I mean by work, it seems to be charged somehow, but it doesn't run or anything. Like, it just seems to be charged. I don't have no other way to explain it. I'm sorry. But I just copied off the information I had, and I just do it. I don't have to understand it, as long as it works. And so far, what been working for me so far is I got a 9-volt battery, 9-volt battery, and it's just a regular, just 2 wires and a resistor. I got it right here. See, it's just red and black wire and a resistor hooked up on one of these sides. I forgot. And that's it. And you just take this and this, and you touch these here, and you should hear a snap, like a pop. And once you hear that pop, it should be good to go. So here we go. Let's see if it works. Oh, damn it. Oh shit. I don't know what I did wrong, but it doesn't seem to. I should hear a pop, and it doesn't seem to be working. I don't know what I did wrong here. This shit hit like a snap. Damn. Alright, man. Alright, y'all. I guess I gotta cut and come back, because obviously I did something wrong. I don't know. Alright, I'll be back, y'all. I'll be back. Alright, y'all. I'm back. It seems the problem was, it seems like I didn't have one of these, I don't know. I think something wasn't touching right, and I guess it didn't want to work for me, but I think I fixed it, so we should hear the pop now. Alright, we should hear it pop. There we go. There we go. Alright. Believe it or not, it should work. I should be getting about 3 volts from this thing right here. And just to prove that it worked, and it's just a piece of paper. A piece of paper. I had a Sharpie. I just drew the patterns and symbols with a Sharpie. Some copper wire connected over. That's the thing. These what I wrote here is like a guide. Believe it or not, the copper wire is somehow interacting with the code that I wrote on the paper. I swear to God, man, this is so crazy. I don't even believe it myself. But it works. And once you have the symbols, the code here, and the copper wire overlaid over the code in the correct position, it works. I don't know how. I don't know where. Here's the thing. I'm still in the infancy, like I said, of working on this. I have no idea where the power is coming from. I don't know how it's powered. I'm not sure I believe myself how it would even work, because it's nothing powering this. It's nothing. I can't figure out why it works. I have an idea how it works, but I don't know why it works. That's what's fucking my brain up right now. And I guess, in case you guys don't believe me, I got my multimeter here, and I'll show you right now. It's generating power right now. Well, it should be. So let me get my multimeter right. Okay. Where's the black? Oops. Black wire. Black word, right word. Okay, can you guys see that? Yeah, you see that? Okay, let me turn it on. Let me get it to the right setting. Okay. Can you guys see that? Yeah, you can see it. Okay. Alright. So, once I put it on these points here, sorry folks, it's kind of hard to do this with one hand and without messing this up. So I should be able to get, once I put it on these points, I should be able to get about 3 volts. Up, there we go. There we go. 3, oh, come on, damn it. Damn it. Alright, come on. Oh, shit. If you don't get it just right, it won't. Okay, there we go. There we go. Can you see it? I'm getting about 3.7. See? 7, 8, 9. It always, that's weird thing. It always got to be in 3s, 6s, or 9. I don't know why. That's some kind of universal code. Oops. Oh, fuck. Okay. That seems to be some kind of universal law where it has to be a 3s or 6s or 9. And I'm getting 3.7 volts. Let me see if I can. See? Okay, you gotta get it just right. Okay, there we go. Oops. Come on. Damn it. Stay right, bitch. Alright, there we go. 3.7 volts. Off a piece of paper. That's crazy. I don't know. I think the whole thing would be. Let me see. You gotta. I never tried. Let me see something. Let me see something. Oh shit. Breaking it up. Let me see something. Okay. As you see, you're getting 3.7 volts. And that's just enough to power a small LED. And literally, you could just... Okay, this won't work. Okay, it's tripping. It's kind of hard to hold. It's kind of hard to hold this with one hand. Come on, damn it. Stay right. Okay, there we go. Oh, damn it. Damn. Okay, it's hard to do this with one hand. But like I say, it's real simple. Once you understand. It's just like all the things that you thought were complicated in life. Once you understand, it's just incredibly easy. And this right here is incredibly easy to build. Because just like, for metaphor, just as a child, when you were learning to write your name, it seemed like calculus to you. But once you became an adult, how easy is it now to write your name? You see what I mean? Everything in the life that we thought was completely complicated, once you understand, it becomes the simplest thing in the world. And this right here to build is simple. The code is simple. Right? You just look at my drawing here. It ain't much to write the shapes or anything. It's simple. As long as you have it in the right order, the right organization, it works. And it ain't picky about how you do it. Because look, this thing is kind of crude. Because in the information I had, these little pyramids here were perfect. I mean, they were perfectly form. See, look how look at my sorry attempt to make these, but it still worked. So it still worked, no matter how crudely they are. And if you guys think I'm playing it, if somebody, matter of fact, you guys think I'm playing with you guys. Somebody thinks I'm trying to run a game on them. I'm telling you, this is a simple piece of paper. Watch. This is a piece of paper. Let me see if I can take it. It's a piece of paper. I promise you. You see, there's nothing under my desk right here, and there's nothing under this. It's a piece of paper. I promise you. A piece of paper. No game. Oh shoot! One of the coils fell off. But like I said, it's just a piece of paper. This is no joke. It's no joke. I'm not running no game on you guys. Even I don't understand this shit, but it works. Damn it. See, I made this thing so bad it's falling apart, and yet it still worked. Ain't that crazy? Nah, it should still work. It's okay. Well, like I said, it's just a piece of paper. There's nothing under this. There's no game. There's nothing. Nothing. And you get about 3 volts out of this. Come on. Get on there. There you go. Oh. 3 volts. Out of a paper. It's no joke. So there you have it, folks. Like I said, I'm still in the infancy of learning this technology. Imagine the possibilities. Being able to make devices where you no longer need circuitry and anything like that. You just write down. You can just say, here. You just get a piece of paper, write your code down, and say, there, paper, work. That's it. Imagine technology that all you need to do is just write down what you want your device to do, and it does it. And that kind of makes me think that we're in some kind. It seems like, I swear, we're in some kind of matrix where we just all code and shapes, really microscopically printed on everything of matter. And that's all it takes for us to work. It's just crazy. It's just imagine the possibilities. And I don't even think these copper pyramids are even needed necessarily. They're needed when you're trying to generate power. As far as really, you just need the code. But if you're trying to generate power, I think the copper might be needed. But I even then, I think you can minimize the copper in a way. Maybe you can make it into like a flat coil or something like that. Maybe you don't even have to have it like maybe just a sheet of copper might work. Maybe just connect the code to a sheet of copper and minimize space, and that'll work. I theorize that might work. I might try that one day. And as you can see, it just, I swear, it's just a piece of paper. That's it. And you get about, shit, it's hard to do it with one hand. You get about, damn it. Get about, oh shit. Let's It's kind of hard to do this one hand. Get about 3 volts. 3.7 volts. 9. So everybody, that's it. It works. You proof right there is for your eyes to see. If you don't want to believe it, I don't know what else I could do. And if anybody has an idea of what could be powering this thing, because I have no idea. I don't know where the power comes coming from. I really don't. If you guys have any ideas, because I know some smart people out there. If you guys have any idea, man, help me out. Comment. We can work this. We can figure this out together. And like I said, hey, government, I know you watching these videos. Hey, man, I'm looking to get paid, man. You guys need my help on something. Shit, I'm there. Just give me a good salary. And there we go. See you guys later. Peace out. Now, as you can clearly see, I have a small LED here being illuminated by a piece of paper. We got about 3.4 volts going through this small bulb. And as you see, it's clearly being lit just by the piece of paper. Just a piece of paper. That's it. Simple, ain't it? And amazing that it works. So, as you can see, this simple little equation here is able to get about 3.4 volts of electricity. Imagine the possibilities. Imagine the possibilities.